I know you've worked many times before in the story departments and things like Tarzan and The Emperor's New Groove and Meet the Robinsons, and you directed Meet the Robinsons as your first feature. But for this, you're taking on one of the great icons of children and popular culture.
Yep.
I don't know if that felt like a lot of a weight on you, or whether it was quite a joy to be able to step into this world.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. It was actually very freeing to begin a project where the world has been established, the characters have been established, we know how they sound, we know how they behaved. So instead of facing that terror of the blank page, we got to just start.
Yep.
We could immediately pick up our pencils and say, okay, what if Piglet and Rabbit fell into a pit together? What would happen? And ideas would just start rolling from that. So in a way, inheriting this cast of characters was, I think we felt, very creatively freeing.
I know that Disney first brought Pooh out there in the 1960s. It had 3 featurettes, 1960s and 1970s, which were released as a movie, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh in 1977. For many people, this would look like a sequel directly to those particular outings, as opposed to the Heffalump movie and Piglet and Tigger. Was that the kind of criteria that you were sort of continuing on from that particular style, as opposed to the ones that came in between?
Yeah, I mean, there was we had a very strong mandate from John Lasseter to really return Pooh to the roots, and to us that meant 2 things. It meant the actual stories that that A.A. Milne wrote and E.H. Shepard drew, and also those Disney films from the 60s. And so we kind of absorbed those. I mean, Steve had read the books as a kid. I never had, and so I was new to it. And so we read the stories, really absorbed the art, and watched those original featurettes, and until it became sort of innate in us, And then we were able to kind of key off of that.
Well, I know that you have children yourself. I think it's 1 and 2, and well, I don't know whether you would actually sort of use them as a testing board, sort of give them ideas of what it looks like. Or I guess it's already been so well established. I don't know whether you would really need to. It doesn't exactly need to be screen tested in regard to what the look is, or I don't know. Was there much of that sort of preparation behind to figure out are we in the right direction, or was it always pretty much a given where you were going?
Yeah, we had a secret weapon, which is Bernie Mattinson, who had worked on the original Winnie the Poohs. And he was sort of our Pooh guru in a way, and he worked with us in the story department, and he was integral to our story crew, because he sat in every meeting, and we always knew we were on firm footing if Bernie okayed it. If he laughed at it and felt we were in the ballpark, then we knew we were on firm footing.
Of course, for some, the whole purists will say it's like trying to make a new Beatles song from old demos and some new overdubs. That notion that you're stepping into something that's been around for 80 plus years, and I don't know whether that was ever a concern. That you're sort of, as much as you are part of the Disney world, it's always hard to kind of capture the magic that people feel is kind of part of their childhood.
Yeah,
it's true. There definitely is a balance that you have to strike between being too reverent and too precious about what's come before, and also you go the other way and disregard it completely and do something that's not that at all. And we wanted to make sure we found the balance. But I don't know if I don't really ever felt, I don't remember feeling the weight of it on our shoulders as we did it. I think because the characters are so fun, and it's so fun to just sit around and brainstorm for these characters and draw them and record the actors. It's so much fun to be with these characters that the responsibility, we didn't really feel it.
Yeah, if we stopped to think about it, we might. But again, like Steve said, we just had a blast on this thing. We had so much fun, and it was just kind of free and easy, just putting these characters into new situations.
Right from the beginning, it was sort of recognized that Pooh was a very much like a merchandise heaven, because I know when Stephen Schlesinger bought the rights from A.A. Milne for Canada and the US in 1930, within a year it was $50 million a year kind of industry that he'd built around it. And I know now it's estimated that Pooh makes more or as much as Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Goofy and Pluto put together. I mean, do you have any idea what sort of figure? I've no idea what sort of figure he does generate a year. And obviously something like this will be a boost. But is he how big a bear is he? Do you know?
He's pretty big.
He's
definitely a popular character globally. I mean, our focus though really had to just be about the movie, and we just had to, we were tasked with bring these characters back to the screen. And that's kind of all we could focus on is the charm, the heart, and the humor, to really make sure that we could showcase how funny and entertaining these characters can be. So that was really our focus. That other stuff's there, but we kind of have to just worry about our little piece of the pie.
Cool. I'll be giving the friendly finger. Lovely to talk
Wonderful.
to you, man.